Welcome to CES 2025, where we are about to show you some of the best products that have been launched throughout this week in terms of displays, so monitors, TVs, maybe a few projectors. We're going to try and focus on stuff that you can buy. There might be a few things that you cannot buy and a few things that are probably just wishful thinking that are coming out sometime in the future. But yeah, follow along as we'll show you all the latest launches from CES. Now, one thing I am doing differently this year, as you'll see with the iPad, is that I need help remembering everything because, well, my memory is just not the best at the best of times. And now we're at CES with all the latest tech and stuff coming out. So I need help. Now, this is where Plaud AI comes in, who are the world's #1 AI voice recorder brand with over 500,000 users worldwide. And they are ranked #1 in the AI voice recorder category on Amazon as well. And we are actually giving one of these away, so stay tuned for that. And who kindly agreed to sponsor this video with their AI Note Pin, which is the world's most wearable AI voice recorder. It's basically this tiny capsule here, which you can wear in a number of ways. You wear it around your neck on a necklace. There's a magnetic attachment to kind of magnetically attach it to my collection of microphones that I've got here. There's a wristband, which I'll be using today. And also there is a clip, so you can clip it onto your clothes as well. And this thing will record continuously for 20 hours with 64 gig of onboard storage, which is pretty insane. So yeah, I'm gonna wear this around CES. I'm gonna walk around, meet people, look over all the new products, and hopefully, I'll use this thing to make notes of everyone we've spoken to, everything they've told me, and I won't have to jot any notes down. We're gonna look at this at the end of the video and see actually how good it has been at remembering things. We are now here at the LG UltraGear booth, where I think LG have some of the most exciting announcements and new products that I've seen this year so far. So what they have is 3 different models. They've got the LG GX9S, kind of lifestyle monitor, which has a smart interface. That one is 39 inches with a 800R curve on it. It's got a white, comes in one color, white background. Great model by the looks of things. The next model up is the update to last year's 45-inch UltraGear. We'll talk about a few more specs in a minute. And then in terms of the flagship level, we have the 45-inch UltraGear, but now it bends. It bends from completely flat to up to 900R curve. There are buttons you push to make it bend. So let's talk about those specs. So it is the world's first 5K, 2K bendable OLED display. So the update that I'm most excited for, I think last year when we reviewed the 45-inch UltraGear, the biggest complaint I had was that the PPI and the resolution was too low to use these screens for just general productivity. Great for gaming, not great for productivity. They have fixed that and improved it this year. So now we are running 5K, 2K resolution on both of the 45-inch screens, both the curved one as well as the bendable one. So both of them now run 5120 by 2160. And both of them now have that dual mode switch from the screen we reviewed very recently, the dual mode monitor, where you could push a button and it drops the resolution from 4K to 1080p, but a much higher refresh rate. So now we're at the 5K 2K resolution with 165 hertz refresh rate to down to 1080p at 330 hertz refresh rate. So not as high as the 480 hertz on the dual mode monitor, but again, 45 inches, high resolution, and bendable and curved, depending on which model you go for. Now, all of them have USB-C ports on them. You've got a USB-C with 65-watt charging on the S model, and you've got 90-watt USB-C charging on the 2 45-inch models. So these are so good, they have won 3 CES awards before CES even started, so not sure how that works. And of course, the rest of the things are really the same as last year, 0.03 millisecond response time, so great for gaming. OLED, of course, the S model built on WebOS, which is great. I'm very, very much looking forward to reviewing all 3 of these screens, hopefully. Let me know down in the comments below, like, are you keen to see like more of this? We'd love to know, but for me, LG are one of the clear standout winners in terms of like new products deliveries for 2025. Now, one of the most interesting product categories that I think is going to really, really advance through 2025 and beyond are projectors, because they're starting to catch up now with the kind of specs that we see with TVs, and also pricing is massively starting to come down with a lot of these projectors. And one of the companies I saw last year at IFA in Berlin was Valerion, and their range of projectors, which look stunning, they're priced affordably, and just like, I'll run you through, but it's really, really smart. So Valerion ended 2024 with the most funded projector with over $10 million secured funding-wise. It's the highest funded projector in crowdfunding history, which is pretty incredible for a start. Now, the main focus for this video is going to be their Vision Master Max product, which I've written down costs only $3,995, because honestly, $3,995 for a projector that's like a cinema quality is actually very, very good and very comparable. So lots of the leading flagship TVs that cost way, way more than that for only a 60, 70-inch screen. And these go up to 220 inches. So we're talking true home cinema solution here. Now this will be shipping in 2025. I've been given a bit of a nod to say it's potentially mid-2025, so not available immediately, coming soon. And like I said, 220 inches, goes up to 3,000 lumens, so plenty bright for all lighting situations, 15,000 to 1 contrast ratio. And the thing here that kind of really ticked the boxes for me, IMAX enhanced, Dolby Vision, HDR10+, filmmaker mode. It's literally got like everything you want in a home cinema solution as well. The other thing that piqued my interest as far as projectors go, again, this is getting nearer to what the TVs are achieving now. The industry-leading 4 milliseconds latency for gaming. I've just hopped on the racing simulator they've had here, a whole bunch of fun, and I didn't feel like there was any issues with the lag or latency of driving and experiencing racing simulator. That was awesome. Now, one of the features they have here with the Vision Master Max product here is they're calling it an Optic Flex lens system. So this is, firstly, it's an interchangeable lens. When it ships out, it's going to ship with one fixed lens that's already pre-attached or pre-installed. This lens has a number of features that I haven't seen on any other projector before. It's got a vertical lens shifting system, which physically moves the lens inside to move the lens, move the image up and down on the wall or the surface you're projecting onto, a dynamic iris system, and it has an optical zoom on it as well. So some unique features there I haven't seen before. I think 2025 feels like a lot of other brands, like well-established brands, are playing it very, very safe. They've just, minor iterative updates. It's really nice to see a relatively unknown brand come out with, such a fantastic product. Like I've said, I've seen this at IFA and a few other kind of trade shows beforehand. I finally got a chance to check it out properly. I really, really like this product. Now, I finally had a chance to chat with the team here. Everyone seems like really passionate about making a great product. So I'm really stoked to see when this does actually come out in 2025. But also, just let me know down in the comments down below, what do you think about the whole just like projector category? It's one of these things that TVs seem to be doing these minor iterative updates every year. Projectors, I feel, have really, really come along. Do you think the same? Would you buy a projector, or are you still very much committed to buying a TV? Why would you buy a projector? Let me know down in the comments down below. For more information, there'll be some links down below this video. Click on those links and you'll find more about the projector, and follow for more updates from the Vision Master Prax and from Valerion. Now, Samsung is a really funny one this year. They've actually announced quite a few, minor iterative updates for their monitors, but they have absolutely nothing on display here. Not that I've been able to find, apart from the brand new, 27-inch Odyssey 3D, which we did see, we've got to have a look at, which uses a camera to have glasses-free 3D gaming experience. It also converts 2D to 3D. So if you're watching a 2D video, it can convert that to 3D. Was very impressive. I was very convinced with that. 165 hertz in 4K. 3D games that are designed for 3D look incredible, but they're designed for 3D, so it looks great. My only question is, well, a few questions. Is there much interest in 3D? I feel like 3D was a big thing like 5 years ago. It's kind of died off a bit recently. Plus, if you're playing 3D games now, well, 3D games, 4K, like everything, high resolution, it's just even more pressure to put on your GPU. Again, we've had the NVIDIA RTX 5090 series that launched today, so that will help. But yeah, incredible kind of top end side of things, I would say. Now they've updated the Samsung G8 with a higher pixels per inch, so it's got higher PPI than pretty much all of its competitors. There's an updated G6 model which has a 500 hertz refresh rate on a 1440p OLED display. There's the M9 smart monitor, again a slight update to that one now this year, with some 4K AI upscaling stuff because they're a big fan of AI this year. Then we have the TV announcements from Samsung, and we have the 900F and 990F Neo QLED 8K screens. Now these are now glare-free, the same tech we saw on the S95D from last year. They are now framed. They kind of, last year they dropped the frame around it. Now they have a frame. So artwork looks great in it, of course. It's brighter than last year, again, brighter. 8K display, and a new UI, which I actually like the look of. This is coming to 2024 models as well, but a new UI which has a much smaller interface, which you can make bigger, make smaller, because at the moment, you bring up the menu system on, well, any Samsung TV, and it takes over the whole screen. This now is tucked away in the corner. You can make it much smaller, make it transparent. So that's very, very good to see as well. And AI features, let's talk about them. AI translation, this was quite cool to be fair. If you're watching a TV show that is in a different language, it can use on-device AI to translate that and give you on-screen captions in your language. AI search has a button for an AI search, so you can search for things now with AI. Who actually uses the Samsung remote control? I find most people will just plug in an external dongle like an Apple TV or a smart TV dongle and use those instead. And an interesting feature, again, not sure how useful it is, but the They are, I believe, the world's first company to allow you to use the built-in browser to log in via passkey via a Samsung phone. So you try and log into the TV, you know, to I don't know, Microsoft, and it will then pop up on your phone, and you can use your phone to sign in via a passkey. Most of the world's moving to passkeys. My question is, who the heck is using a web browser on a TV still? It feels like a very, again, 5-year-old kind of thing. We've got the Frame Pro, which is just the updated model from the Frame. This now has a much slimmer One Connect box, which I'm very, very excited for. Also has a wireless One Connect box, again, which I'm very excited for. Lastly, there is the Premier 8K, they're calling it their projector, which is an 8K a DLP projector. It's tri-laser, goes up to 150 inches with 4,500 lumens brightness. It's wireless, it's 8K, 120 hertz with that slim One Connect box. 8.2.2 Atmos sound system built in. The only slight downside was that it had an 80 millisecond response time, and any of the wireless One Connect boxes, those new slim wireless One Connect boxes, I'm told have 80 millisecond response time. So that is one reason why you wouldn't want the wireless One Connect box, because if you're an online gamer or you're just playing Fortnite and those kind of things, yeah, big increase in response time. So really, just to summarize Samsung's products this year, they are brighter, they've got higher PPI, and they've got faster refresh rates, which really I feel like it's a bit lackluster, a bit boring this year. There's no real new incredible hardware releases, really. People that are watching for a while will be looking at the, I've been wanting a refresh on the G9. I want a 57-inch model that's OLED, but there's nothing this year, absolutely nothing. So I feel like I might be trying the LG 45-inch UltraGear this year to replace, just because it's OLED. Samsung has been a bit disappointing this year, I won't lie. Hisense is a brand I want to do more of in 2025. Now, from the data I saw last year, large format screens are one of the fastest growing categories for many TV brands, and Hisense, I believe, is #1 in the US, I think it was. They were also, and don't quote me on this, but the fastest growing TV brand in terms of sales figures. So it seems that a lot of people like these big TVs, they like big Hisense TVs, and this year is definitely no different. Now this is the 116UX, which is using a new type of technology for better brightness, contrast, color is also a big one, and also even energy efficiency, which obviously with a panel of this size is going to be a bit of a struggle. Now it is one size only, there's no pricing information available, although of course given the size of this thing, it's probably not going to be cheap. But Hisense are a brand that has many large format screens at various price points, so you just won't get these industry leading features that we've seen here today. But the 116UX is definitely the flagship launch here at CES this year. I'm actually hoping to check out more Hisense screens this year, so if that is of any interest, make sure you subscribe for when that comes out. Now, Govee are one of the brands that I've said before I could quite easily empty my wallet if my wife would let me. And this year, I believe their slogan is bringing color to life. And since this is a video all about screens, monitors, TVs, that kind of thing, we're going to focus on the AI Sync Kit 2, which is this HDMI box that sits next to your monitor or your TV screen. And it will allow you to connect your devices. So it's got 4 HDMI 2.1 ports. So you can plug in your gaming PC, your games console, your Mac, whatever device it's going to be. It passes the video signal through to whichever screen you're using, but then allows you to integrate it into the kind of Govee lighting ecosystem. Now, part of the Sync Kit 2 is an LED strip which runs around the back of your screen. So again, either your gaming monitor or your TV in a couple of different sizes. So let me just double check on the sizes. So there is a 55 to 65 inch model, which in the UK, we can only get that size, but you can get that globally. And there is also a 75 to 85 inch model, which is currently not available in the UK. They have not given me a date yet. I did ask if they've got a date for release in the UK, but so far, not yet. But that allows you to, like I say, runs the LED strip around the edge of the TV and uses obviously the HDMI inputs to accurately reproduce what's going on the screen. Now this is different to their, I don't know if it's called the previous generation, but the model that has a camera that sits on top of the monitor or the screen, because that then uses and looks at the TV itself to then replicate whatever's going on the TV, which I found less easy to use because you have to get so accurate with how you're lining it up and getting the color accuracy. The benefit of that, of course, is it can reproduce the colors on anything that's on the TV. So if you're using the TV's own smart system that obviously doesn't have a HDMI cord, then it can work for that. But I just prefer the approach of using the HDMI box. So the Sync Kit 2 is well worth checking out. Their new range of more ambient lighting products. So this is more like general room lighting products. They've got a new table lamp, which has a speaker built into it, new ceiling lamps, new actual floor standing lamps, just to provide more general lighting products rather than just, I guess you call them accent lighting products. And yeah, Govee, one of my favorites. Panasonic now. So we've got two new products from Panasonic, the W95B, which is their mini LED, which is enhanced picture quality. You've got AMD FreeSync Premium together, which is great. It's Fire TV built in with Alexa integration, personalized UI, voice control, all the usual side of things. Available in 55, 65, 75, and 85-inch sizes. And then you've got the OLED TV, which is the Z95B, which is improvements in brightness, again using RGB tandem panel, and their new thermal flow aerodynamic cooling system for brightness, contrast, color volume. There's an improved sound system. They're calling their premium enhanced sound system, which gives you a 360-degree sound experience. Enhanced picture and gaming accuracy. You've got prime video calibrated modes, Cowman calibration, FreeSync Premium, NVIDIA G-Sync compatibility again, so great for the gamers amongst you. Again, still Fire TV built in, personalized UI, voice control, of those kind of things, and that is available in 55, 65, and 77-inch sizes this year. So the Plaud AI Pin will have recorded all of that information, all of the stuff, all the specs, everything else, and at the end of this video, it's going to summarize, hopefully summarize, transcribe, organize everything neatly, and even, I hope, give me a bit of a to-do list of maybe people I need to speak to, remind me of people's names, all of the data, all the information I need to know. Now, most people will say, why don't you use mobile phones? Well, mobile phones, inherently, that will suck up the battery life. It will also get interrupted when you're obviously using things and wanting to go into apps, having to remember to pull your phone out and start and stop recording. Once this is on, you hit record and it records for 20 to 30 hours straight. So it's got great battery life and doesn't then impact your mobile phone's battery life. Now, I have really high hopes for this device. CES is probably one of the most challenging environments. It's noisy, loads of people are speaking. So seeing how this actually performs in the real world environment, one of probably the most challenging environments for an AI voice recorder pin. It can even recognize voices. So you go into the app and attach a name to a voice, and in future, it will automatically know who that person is, who's speaking. And also, it works in up to 112 languages, which is pretty nuts. So wrapping up here at CES with the Plaud AI Note Pin, and it has been actually a very impressive experience, way better than I genuinely thought this would be. It has successfully recorded, transcribed, summarized every single meeting that I've been in with all of these at the booth tools, being told about all the product information, summarizing things. In terms of data security, so all the data is stored securely in Amazon AWS, Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud Services, and it is totally cross-platform, so you can use it on any device. It's iOS, Android, and it has there's even a web app, so you can just log in on your laptop or your iPad or your desktop, whatever it is, and access all of the transcriptions, all the recordings, all the same information. So again, cross-platform as far as that's concerned. What I have noticed is, so there's two different models here. You've got GPT 4.0 and you've got Claude 3.5. And I don't know if it's just me, but I've noticed when using Claude that it will actually provide some guidance on things that are still missing when it summarizes the meetings for you. So it will go oh, hey, there was this thing you discussed, but we didn't get a conclusive answer, so you need to figure that out as well. So I found that really, really useful. 40 days of standby on battery life, 20 hours of recording, 64 gig of storage. I might have said that before already. And I've just found this has been so convenient just to, I've had a bit of doubt that wearing this on my wrist and putting it down would actually work and record things properly, but it successfully recorded things when I was, sat down in my chair, listening to the big press briefings where it's just a speaker that's a few hundred rows in front of me. It's worked really, really well for that. So I can see this as genuinely be really great for, education environments if you're sat wanting to take notes from your meetings and your lessons, or if you're in college, university, those kind of things. That'll be really great. If you're in sales, you can use it to record sales meetings with clients, to give you follow-up actions or notes. Anything along those lines has been super useful. And really for me, just someone who is generally just forgetful, or certainly for events like this where you're speaking to a lot of people and you're trying to remember a lot of information in a very short period of time, and you don't really have time to write notes or jot notes down. This has been this has been a very, very useful tool to have. And so, like I did say at the beginning of this video, there is going to be a giveaway. So just let me know down in the comments below, what would this do for you? What would you use it for? Why do you need one? And I will choose someone in the next 30 days after posting this video to win one of these note pins. And of course, don't forget to use the link down below to go to Plaud's website and learn more about this. So that has been CES 2025. We've tried to cover as much as we can from screens, but it's been a bit of a funny year this year. There's been lots of announcements, but they haven't actually had the things here for us to physically see and shoot content of. Quite a lot of them have unknown release dates. Many of them are mid to later end of this year. So we're going to find out more, obviously, after this week is over. But yeah, lots of exciting announcements. I think for me, LG, very exciting. Samsung's great, but maybe a bit stale. And some very, very exciting new technology coming through that's going to really, really show us, hopefully later in 2025, what's actually going to come out.